What's up, Outlaw fans? We're back here with week number 3 of Saturday Night Shootout. Last time we seen these guys on the track, Jason Craddock took home his third victory over Rich Wagner in the backdraft. Rich has finally got it dialed in. Let's see if he can continue doing good here. We're going to get things kicked right off into round number 1. Out of the Sunflower Monster Truck crew, Peanut comes to the line with his Max D, and he is set to take on Brian Prezig in the Higher Education Machine. Brian struggling a little bit this season. Let's see if he can turn it around. Amazing wheel stand. Peanut getting out of shape too, but Peanut's going to get the win. Up next here, we got Jalen Prezek, the defending champion, and his Bulldozer Machine. And he is set to take on Rich Wagner out of the Team 911 in his backdraft. Both trucks pull to the line. They're coming down the stretch now. Oh, Rich is out of shape. Look out. Jalen's going to pick up his first victory of this season. He's been struggling a little bit this season, but gets back to victory. Well, up next, it's the Outlaw, Joshua Wells, and the Grave Digger. He's set to take on Mike Lanford, coming out of Corey Marvin's Chevy American Revolution race team in the Northern Nightmare. Here they come down the stretch. A good-looking run by Joshua Wells, and Mike Lanford's all out of shape over there. Something may have broken the truck. Well, up next, out of Wild West Racing, the owner, Timothy Cantwell and Bounty Hunters face the set off against Nugget out of the Sunflower Monster Truck crew in Zombie Galaxy. Here they come down the line. Oh, look out. Look at the wheel stand by Timothy. He's up and over. That's not going to give him the win, but that looked cool. Nugget's moving on. Well, up next, the leader of the Sunflower Monster Truck crew, Matt Cheever and Grave Digger, the legend, pulls to the line. And he is set to take on Ryan Hayward coming out of Stewart Racing with the Team Mints Machine. Let's see what these two can do. Here they come down the stretch. Ryan with a little bit of a lead, but he gets out of shape and slams on the brakes up in the cars. He didn't want to get over in the other lane, and Matt Cheever moves on. Well, up next, out of Corey Marvin's Chevy American Revolution race camps, Aaron Church and Raising Cane. And he's got a tough task at hand facing last week's winner, Jason Craddock and Blue Thunder. Here they come down the line now. Oh, my goodness, another wheel stand. Aaron's all out of shape. That's going to cost him the race, and Jason's moving on. Well, up next, here comes Donald Price Jr. and the Big Kahuna, and he's set to face off against Regina Stewart out of Stewart Racing and the always consistent Monster Mutt Husky. This ought to be a good one here. Getting ready to come down the stretch. Here they come now. They're pretty even. Oh, my goodness, a close race. Let's go to the photo finish. And a little slight, Donald Price Jr. and the Big Kahuna is going to get it by a quarter of a tire. Moving on into round number 2. We're here closing out round number 1. Corey Marvin, the owner of the Chevy American Revolution race team, and the Avenger set to take on James Valancourt and the Racing Stripes Machine. See what these two can do closing out round number 1. Who's going to get the last spot in round number 2? Pretty close looking race. Corey Marvin was out of shape just a little bit, and James Valancourt's going to beat him. Here we are in round number 2. Peanut comes back with the Max D, and he is set to face Jalen Prezek and the Bulldozer Machine. These two kids are going to throw it down. Let's see who's going to get it, though. They're pretty even down the stretch. Oh, my goodness, close race. Jalen with some huge air, but Peanut got him, and it's going to move on. Well, up next, Joshua Wells brings the Grave Digger back to the line, and he is set to face off against Nugget in the Zombie Galaxy. Will Nugget advance and face his older brother, or will Joshua Wells not allow it? Here they come down the line now. Another good-looking run by Joshua. He's out of shape a little bit after the line, and Nugget got out of shape and slams on brakes to keep from getting over in the other lane. Well, here comes his uncle, Matt Cheever and Grave Digger, the legend, and he is set to face off against Jason Craddock out of Blazers Motorsports with the Blue Thunder. Here they come down the line. Oh, my goodness. Look out. They're both out of shape. Matt Cheever's going to get the win flipping across the line, but what a hard hit for Jason. Both drivers are okay. Matt's moving on. Donald Price Jr. comes back to the line now in the Big Kahuna, and he is set to take on the consistent Mr. James Valancourt and the Racing Stripes. Closing out round number 2. Who's going to get the final spot? Here they come now, up and over cars, and James is literally over in the Racing Stripes Machine. He turns it over. Donald Price moving on. Here we are with the semifinals. Peanut comes back in that Max D, and he's set for a rematch against the Outlaw, Joshua Wells, and the Grave Digger. Joshua Wells barely got him last time. Can he do it again? They're even down the stretch. Oh, my goodness, another close race. That is so close to call. We're going to get the Outlaw Track crew to take a look at the photo finish. Man, oh man, if Peanut would have been past the cone, he might have got it. But Joshua Wells barely gets it in the grave digger. Who's going to face him? Is it going to be Matt Cheever and Grave Digger the Legend? Or will Donald Price Jr. out of Corey Marvin's Chevy American Revolution race team come back to get it in the big kahuna? Here they come down the line now. Donald with the lead. Matt coming back. Oh my goodness. Donald almost had that thing saved. He flips it over, but he is still going to get the win barely with the back left tire. Oh my goodness. We're going to see if he can come back. And while we wait, you guys be sure to look out for the South Carolina Monster Truck Madness video coming to the channel tomorrow. Here we are in the finals. Joshua Wells brings the Grave Digger back to the line. And Donald Price Jr. was able to make the call. He comes back with the big kahuna. This is race number 1 rematch. Who's going to get it though? Donald with the lead, and Joshua Wells is out of shape in the digger. And Donald Price Jr. is going to get it done again with the big kahuna machine. Congratulations to Donald Price Jr. and the big kahuna on picking up your second victory out here on the circuit. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Saturday Night Shootout. If you haven't already, be sure to shoot the subscribe button, leave a comment, leave a like. I thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next Saturday.